You felt it before. That quiet tightening in your chest when someone smiles at you. But something behind their eyes doesn't smile back. A chill that doesn't come from fear exactly, but recognition. Like your body noticed something your mind hasn't caught up to yet. This is not about monsters in stories. This is about the ones who walk beside you, work with you, love bomb you, applaud you, then slowly drain you. And here's the part nobody warns you about. Evil rarely looks evil. It looks calm, polite, reasonable, sometimes even wounded. You've carried this longer than you admit, because deep down you already know. You've seen the signs, you just didn't have the language to name them. Until now. What you're about to hear was never meant for the obedient. It was written for those who survive by seeing clearly, for those who sense danger before it speaks, for those who are tired of blaming themselves for wounds they didn't cause. This is how you spot an evil person. Not with superstition, with psychology, with Machiavellian clarity. And once you see it, you can never unsee it. Most people think evil announces itself with violence. It doesn't. It tests first. A joke at your expense, a boundary crossed by accident, a subtle twist of your words when others are listening. And when you react, they watch. Not with concern, with data. Evil people are collectors. They collect reactions, weak spots, patterns. They don't rush, they study. You tell yourself you're being sensitive. You give them the benefit of the doubt. You explain yourself one more time. That's how the door opens. Because the first sign is never cruelty, it's permission. They push lightly, then pause, then smile when you don't push back. This is not kindness on their part. This is calibration. And if you've ever wondered why certain people seem to hurt you in the same ways over and over, it's because they noticed something early, something you were taught to hide, something you were taught to feel ashamed of. You're not broken. You were never taught another way. Evil doesn't attack strength head on. It circles empathy. It feeds on doubt. It waits for you to explain yourself. And every explanation teaches it where to cut next. The first real sign you're dealing with an evil person is this. They never feel guilt the way you do. They can describe guilt. They can perform remorse, but they do not carry it. Watch closely. When they hurt you, they don't sit with the weight of it. They get irritated that you noticed, annoyed that you're still on it, cold when you don't move on fast enough. You replay conversations for hours. They forget them in minutes. You ask, did I say it wrong? They ask, why are you so sensitive? This is not emotional strength. This is absence. And the danger is subtle, because at first you mistake their lack of guilt for confidence, for emotional maturity, for being unbothered. But something inside you keeps shrinking. That's the shift. The moment you start carrying emotional weight that doesn't belong to you, you survive things you still don't have words for. And somewhere along the way, you learn to confuse endurance with love. Evil people don't fear hurting you, they fear being exposed. So they redirect, they minimize, they reframe, until you're apologizing for bleeding. The second sign is colder. They enjoy control more than connection. Not dominance, control. They don't need to win loudly. They need you uncertain, and they ask questions that make you doubt yourself. They help in ways that make you dependent. They give just enough warmth to keep you close, then withdraw it without explanation. And when you reach for clarity, they stay vague because confusion is leverage. You start monitoring your tone, your words, your reactions. They don't. That imbalance is not accidental. Evil people are comfortable watching others unravel. They don't rush to fix it. They observe. And here's the part most people miss. They don't target the weak, they target the bright. Empathy threatens them. Depth exposes them. Your awareness is dangerous to their mask, so they dull it. Slowly, quietly, with smiles. This is the hidden threat, not the attack you see, the erosion you don't. And if you've ever felt like you were disappearing inside a relationship, a job, a family dynamic, it wasn't because you lacked strength, it's because someone was feeding on it. The third sign reveals everything. They rewrite reality without blinking. They don't just lie, they replace. Your memory becomes questionable. Your feelings become dramatic. Your instincts become trauma. And the scariest part? They sound calm while doing it. That calmness makes you doubt yourself more than shouting ever could. This is where many people lose years of their lives. So pause here, reflect. Think about the moments you felt small for no clear reason, the times you apologized just to end the tension, the times you thought, maybe it really is me. It's okay to feel this. You're not imagining this. If any part of you feels seen right now, let yourself sit with it. You don't need to rush to answers. Awareness is already movement. Some people reading this will recognize someone instantly. Others will recognize a pattern. Either way, this is the moment your life begins to make sense. And if you choose to stay with this awareness, to explore it deeper, to walk this path of clarity, you'll know where to find the rest. You notice the way your body reacts before your mind does. The tight jaw, the shallow breath, the urge to explain yourself. You replay their words at night, not because they were loud, but because they landed. You remember moments where silence felt heavier than arguments, where their absence felt like punishment, where affection felt earned, not given. These are not random memories, they are signals. Footsteps behind you that never quite catch up. A door that always closes just as you reach it. A mirror that shows you someone smaller than you used to be. But here's the shift that changes everything. Once you see the pattern, the spell weakens. And once the spell weakens, the power starts to move back to you. You walk into the room and you feel it immediately. Nothing is said. Nothing is wrong on the surface. But your body tightens. You notice how they watch you when they think you're not looking. Not with curiosity, with assessment. You speak and they don't interrupt. They archive. You share and they don't respond. They store. Every detail about you becomes inventory. You feel exposed without knowing why. This is the fourth sign. Evil people study you to use you, not to know you. They remember your fears but forget your joys. They recall your mistakes but never your growth. They track what makes you hesitate, not what makes you whole. You feel seen but not held, like prey under moonlight. And here's the danger. They make you feel special for being chosen. You tell yourself, they understand me. They're just intense. They've been hurt too. But what you're feeling isn't connection. It's selection. The fifth sign is the one almost everyone misses. They turn your goodness into a weapon. Your patience becomes something they rely on. Your forgiveness becomes something they expect. Your empathy becomes something they exploit. And slowly, without ever saying it directly, they teach you a lie. That love is something you earn by tolerating pain. You give more. They give less. You adapt. They stay the same. You explain. They wait. You bend. They measure how far. This is how evil hides in plain sight, behind your best qualities. And if you try to leave, they don't chase loudly. They collapse. Suddenly they're the victim. Suddenly you're cruel. Suddenly your boundaries are abandonment. This is not remorse. This is extraction panic. Because they don't miss you, they miss access. And something inside you already knows that. You're allowed to want more. Here's the rhythm break. Stop listening to what they say. Watch what happens when you stop reacting. When you go quiet. When you pull your energy back. When you stop explaining. Notice how restless they become. How they provoke. How they accuse. Evil people cannot tolerate neutrality. Because without your reaction, they have no mirror. And without a mirror, they start to fracture. They reveal themselves not in anger, but in impatience. They rush you, pressure you, force conversations you didn't ask for. That's fear, not of losing you, of losing control. And this is the moment the power begins to flip. Because awareness is a weapon. You don't confront them, you don't expose them. You do something far more dangerous. You see them clearly, and you stop feeding them. You become calm where they expected guilt, still where they expected fear, quiet where they expected defense, and suddenly you are no longer useful to them. This is where many people mistake healing for weakness. It isn't. It's removal. You don't announce it. You don't dramatize it. You simply step out of range. And if this clarity resonates, if something inside you feels steadier right now, that's not coincidence. It's recognition. Some truths only surface when you're ready to hold them. The most dangerous people don't break you. They convince you to break yourself. And the moment you stop, they disappear from your life like shadows at dawn.